Okay, here we are with Tim Thomas, aka Johnny Exec, actually, for a bit of fun. But Tim founded Ride Kayaks two and a half years ago?
Year and a half.
Year and a half, okay, so we've got a lot of boats here at the World Championships. And there's quite a lot of boats appearing on the water, which must be, you know, a really good feeling.
Yeah, very satisfying.
Yeah.
Such a short time. Yeah.
And kind of what was the main reason you set up the company?
To push the sport forward and, you know, just to progress it and see, have boats that are performing to a higher level for the juniors, ladies, and just overall really just pushing the sport forward. I think competition is healthy, and that's something that's been missing for some years recently.
Competition within the manufacturers,
and
that means it drives kind of more participation.
Yeah. And we've already seen, you know, the main manufacturer that was in existence has already brought new models out to compete with ours, which is great to see.
Brilliant. You've started to get boats abroad as well. Is that something you really want to kind of start seeing more and more?
Yeah, I mean, you know, providing that they fit in within their market, yes, absolutely, yeah.
And just a little bit of background of yourself, Tim. I mean, you've been surf kayaking a long time, and it's well within your family as well. Let's start with your mum, really. You know, she surf kayak. How did she get started? How did you get started?
From a young age, from the age of 8, we started kayaking, and you know, we did sort of just club surfing, if you like, and then we started competing back in 93, 94.
Yeah.
And progressed from there.
And I remember sitting distinctly with you at a Sports Personality Wales when I was doing freestyle and you were doing surf kayaking.
Yeah.
And you sat there, and at that point, am I right to say you were the junior and senior world champion in surf kayaking?
That's correct.
Yeah. So you've been right to the top already, and here back again, still competing now. How many years have you competed?
On and off for 20 odd years.
20 years, so a lot of experience. There's a wealth of experience in this sport that's still around, and it's great to see coming into the businesses, feeding back in. So I mean, I guess that's an inspiration. Are you really pleased with the rise you've got on the team and how that's progressing as well, the kind of results you're seeing?
Yeah, we have a real mixture on the Ride team. As you know, we have, you know, world champions. We have champions who are actually switching from other manufacturers, wishing to come and paddle our boats. Some of them buying our boats, which is fantastic to see.
Yeah.
Where they're getting free boats or had free boats from other manufacturers, but choosing to buy ours, which is a real result, really. And
then in terms of kind of that influence of just growing the sport, you know, you've got an offer here for the winner of the juniors. What is that?
Yeah, so we've sponsored at the World Championships first place junior ladies in high performance, and also the highest placed junior men.
Yeah.
With a place on the Ride team. So there's 2 new places coming onto the Ride team, and yeah, it'll be interesting to see who wins.
Brilliant.
But fantastic to see such a high level of competition amongst the juniors.
And okay, so something else we kind of want to know about from the Ride point of view is let's just go through the boats, really. So first of all, how did you get some of the designs? Because obviously you weren't in the shaping booth yourself. So you know, what was the process of doing that, and what you've chosen to represent the brand in boat terms?
So we have starting with the Evo, which is designed by sort of multiple world champion Darren Basin, a fantastic short boat, high performance boat. For a slightly bigger paddler, I guess. And then moving on from that, we have the Mutant, designed by 5 times world finalist James Hawker, and he's really the sort of genius behind the designs of Ride. He's designed the Mutant, the Eclipse, the Equinox, and now the latest boat, the Zenith.
And I mean, the Zenith is the first boat that's kind of been born out of the brand, is it, where the others kind of were introduced, I suppose?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you know, the Zenith, what did you kind of go to James and say you wanted, or how did you kind of the process work?
We just wanted a new high performance boat that turned really well, and you know, just allowed the next generation of moves to progress, and I think it achieves that. Hence the name Zenith. You know, it really does.
Do you think it's got sort of an influence from the ski side of paddling? I mean, James designed skis as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, James is a renowned ski manufacturer. You know, all custom built, and the rocker profile on the Zenith is very similar to his best-selling and best designed wave ski.
And what about constructions? I mean, you know, I know from talking to you that that's something that's really sort of sat important to you, the quality mark of the brand, consistency of that. You know, from the outset, was that something you wanted? Is that something you aspired for?
I think it was needed and possibly missing from the industry. You know, we set our prices, and they're well priced, competitively priced, but what you get from us is exactly what we put down on paper.
Yeah.
You know, there's no shortcuts. There's no, we're not substituting any material, and we only use the finest materials. You know, fine Leicester. We don't use polyester resins in our boat.
Why would that be?
They're just not as strong, and they're certainly not as stiff. And even on our entry-level boats, the Core and Core Light, the name comes from they actually have a core in the hull,
Which keeps a stiffer hull, which is higher performance.
Stiffer, so it allows us to cut the weight down and to give it a more rigid hull, which then will pay back in performance.
And looking to the future, is there anything within constructions or designs even that you think might be out there that you want to start looking at, that you can let us know of?
Well, we're always looking and we're always playing with new designs, that's for sure. But yeah, there's always things in the pipeline.
Cool, fantastic. Thanks very much.